And welcome. No, I'm just kidding. We're just making a video together for putting sides and angles in order in a triangle. And all of you in my class, but also if you're watching, should probably have 3 colored markers so that you can color code your notes. If you don't use color, this is going to not make any sense to you when you look at it later. Okay? So take one of your colors. Tell me, well, this side of our triangle is the smallest, right?
What color is that one? Green?
Well, it doesn't matter what color, but just write smallest. Okay. That is the shortest side of the triangle. We're just eyeballing now to make a point. Okay. Color. Let's see. I think this one's medium.
How do you know?
I'm just eyeballing it right now.
The biggest one is the one that comes down.
Yeah. This diagonal one is the largest. I'm going to actually write longest.
Okay. Medium.
All right. So it's really shortest, medium, and longest.
Biggest one.
Right. You can write whichever of these words you want.
All right.
Okay.
I'm colorblind.
So what's interesting about triangles is that you can, without knowing the measure of sides, still put them in order, small, medium, large, because of the size of the angles. And the opposite. If you know the sizes of the angles or the sides, you can put the angles in order, small, medium, and large. Okay. So using the same color you used for smallest, I'm going to put letters on here. Which angle letter do you think is the smallest angle of this triangle?
A. C. A. C.
No, B.
B, right? Doesn't that look small? So here's how you can tell. You stand on the small side and you go across. So this is the smallest angle.
You said the smallest angle or the smallest line?
Both. The smallest angle is across from the smallest line. Which is the largest angle? Well, it's across from the longest. So look across.
C.
Right. And
It looks like 90 degrees.
it does, but it's not. And the middle one is across from the middle angle. And by across, I'll show you what I mean. Pretend our room is a triangle. And I'm standing in an angle. These 2 sides are not across from me, right? They're next to me, aren't they?
Yes.
It would be the one over there that's across. So that's how you find it. Okay? Also, let me show you a little demonstration before we fill this out. Does everybody have it written down? Okay. Watch this angle. Hold on. Okay. If the angle here is small, what about this side? It's small. What happens as I make this angle bigger? What happens to this side?
It's going to get bigger.
Right. So the bigger the angle, the bigger the side across from it. Does that make sense?
No.
No, for real?
What?
Okay. Watch the deal. If the angle is tiny, then the side that would connect it is tiny, right? But as the angle gets bigger, what's happening to this side? Right. So that's why this works. Okay. So number 1 most important thing about this is the small angle is across from the short side. And the largest angle is across from the longest side. Okay. So the shortest angle side is across from the small angle. The longest side is across from the biggest angle.
Longest side.
All right. Does that make sense? Like logically sense?
The small angles cross front shorter side.
Right.
Unless it doesn't make sense.
Okay. All right.
Also, what it means is this is the longest. This is the smallest angle and cross the.
Yes. Okay. So let's look at the example. We need to read instructions. It says give them from least to greatest. So we are going to find the smallest angle first. What which side is the smallest? Tell me by naming the side.
CDBD.
CD is the smallest side. So what's the smallest angle? B.
B.
Angle B. Does that make sense?
Ooh.
Which side is the middle-sized side?
D.
BD or DB. So that means the middle angle is what? What's across from this?
C.
C. And then obviously the longest side is BC across from what angle?
D.
Angle D. Does that make sense? Now, if the instructions on this said give them from greatest to least, if I put this answer, would I be right or wrong?
Right.
Wrong, even though you know the concept, even though you know that the small one's across from small and the medium one's across from medium. If you don't read the directions right and you write the answer backwards, then we have to say you're wrong, even if you know the background concept. Okay? Everybody okay?
No.
All right. Look at the next one. It says to give the sides in order from least to greatest, but we're missing something. What are we missing?
One angle.
One of the angles. How can we find the measure of that angle?
Doing the interior angles equals 180.
Right, the interior angles in a triangle add up to 180. So we're going to add these together, and I'm going to be a cheater with my calculator. Those add up to 121. So 180 minus 121 is 59. So this is 59 degrees. Any questions about that part?
No.
Okay. So we want to put the sides in order from least to greatest.
So,
What's the smallest angle?
MK.
Angle L is the smallest angle. So what's the shortest side?
Oh, MKM.
KM, 2 letters.
KO.
Okay. Do you guys see that? It's a cross.
Yeah.
Okay. Could we name it MK? Yes.
KO.
All right. What's the middle-sized angle?
K.
Angle K. So what's the middle-sized side?
LM.
LM. Like this. See how I go across, Victor? Okay. And then the biggest angle is 64, angle M, which means the biggest side is KL or LK, whichever way.
KO. No.
All right, do you guys get the
Can I see
idea?
top problem?
Yep.
Yes, we do.
All right, because so now we're going to do a funky one and then we'll be done. If this video, it only records 10 minutes at a time. So if it stops, then we'll just pick it up on the next one.
I don't know if it stops.
It'll say, stop recording.
All right.
All right.
There's-
Like that. No, what's that? That's not what I'm talking about. Okay. That's not it. Okay.
It was close, by the way.
All right, so we're going to look at this one.
Okay, by the way.
You guys on your papers may not have room at the bottom, so you can write this on in your notebook or however you have
You
it.
can use right at back here.
True, you can fold it. So what is missing from this problem?
The triangle.
A triangle. It would be really helpful to have a picture. So we're going to draw a triangle. And we're going to label the vertices A, M, and K. Does it matter which letter goes on which one?
No.
No. Okay. And then, did they give us something to put on the sides or something to put on the angles?
C. Yes.
Which one?
Angles.
Well, what did they give us here? Are these sides or angles?
Size.
Sides. So AM is x plus 13. MK is 4x minus 3. And AK is 9x minus 22.
Whoa.
Okay? That's a spot that you have to be super careful because if you accidentally wrote those in the angles, you're going to do something totally different, right? What? Can we add these up and say they're equal to 180?
Nope.
Why not?
Because
Because they're sides, not angles. Okay, so be careful. What does this word mean? Perimeter.
all around.
Right. Around it. This way. You add up around. So what would our equation be?
9x minus 22 clockwise, X